What's up YouTube? In this video I'll be showing you how to make this awesome crafting table house. It is exactly what it sounds like. I've taken your standard Minecraft crafting table, I've made it bigger, and I've turned the inside of it into a house. And I've made it as if it was actually the inside of a crafting table. This is what I imagine the inside of a crafting table to look like loads of cranes and loads of platforms and a library area and all sorts of fun stuff like that. That's what I figure's inside of a crafting table. It's either that or the heart of a kraken. I figured that I'd just make all of the platforms. Here it is from all of the angles that you might possibly want to have a look at it from. And that is pretty much everything that there is to it. If you guys like this idea, by the way, I am more than happy to do a few more different blocks like this. Maybe like, like a furnace house, and maybe like an enchanting table house. You'll have to let me know down there in the comment section whether you'd like to see anything else like this. And please do support the video by smacking that like button. That would really help me out loads. It'd make me very happy because I think that this is a really awesome house and I hope you guys do too. But without any further ado, why don't I actually show you how to make this thing. It's really quite simple. So if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some black concrete, some brown concrete, some white concrete, like grey concrete, oak wood planks, spruce wood planks, and oak wood stairs. If for some reason you don't have any forms of concrete, simply use wool instead. It'll almost look as good. So once you have each one of these, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, and by the way, this house will fit into a 15 block by 15 block area. So if you like, you can better plan out the build by making a big giant square in your world like this one. And if you do that, you're going to want to start on the very front bottom right hand corner of the square, which is this block right here. And you're going to want to place a black concrete. Go left of that by 6 with the spruce wood plank. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then place a black concrete. Then move inwards by 2 with your spruce wood plank. So towards the center, 1, 2. Place 2 oak wood stairs, 1, 2. 2 spruce wood planks, 1, 2. Then a black concrete. We now want to move towards the left hand side of the house. We want to do 2 spruce wood planks, 1, 2. 2 oak wood stairs, 1, 2. 2 spruce wood planks, 1, 2. Then a black concrete. Then going behind this black concrete, we want to do 6 spruce wood planks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then a black concrete. Then, coming across the back of the build, going left, we want to do 6 spruce wood planks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, a black concrete. 6 spruce wood planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, a black concrete. Then, connecting to the front of the build, we want to do 6 spruce wood planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A black concrete, and then connect to the front of the build using your spruce wood plank. So you want to end up with a shape that should look very much like that. Well, once you've got that sorted out, this is what we'll do next. Grab your black concrete, and on top of every single one of your black concretes, you want to add a row of 15 black concrete. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And not only do you want to do that to one black concrete, but you, of course, want to do that to absolutely every single other black concrete. I'm not going to count to 15 a bajillion times. There's no point. We got it right the first time, so why don't we make sure that all of the other rows of black concrete are simply as high as the first row. It should be fairly easy to do by eye, as long as you kind of just go around the build clockwise or anti-clockwise and just make sure that every single one of the rows of concrete are as tall as the other rows. It is as easy as that, and we just have one more to do now. We have all of our rows and we just want to have something which should look like this. What we now want to do is connect them together at the top. So if you go all the way around the top of your build in the shape that we have, it's kind of like, what shape is it at the top? I mean, it's kind of like an arrow shape, isn't it? Like an arrowhead. So I guess that's kind of the shape that we're going for, or more like a right angle, I guess. But the point is, we just want to connect them all together and form a shape that should look not like that, like this. So we just want to have a shape that should look exactly like that. Now, what do we want to do next? Well, we want to fill the top in by taking out the oak wood planks, and in each one of the 3 corners, so the 3 corners being this corner, the back corner, and the front right hand corner, those corners, we want to place this. We want to place a row of 3 oak wood planks in each one of those 3 corners with a row of black concrete in front of the 3 planks. So like this, kind of adding a little bit of an additional corner to the corner. We want to place that in each one of the 3 corners that are specified. So we just want to highlight those 3 corners by placing the oak wood planks like this, basically like a staircase shape with a row of black concrete going on the outside of them, like that. What we then want to do is this. So we actually want to take the very center black concrete block at the top of the build, which is this like very center block, and we want to, with our brown concrete, we want to place a row of 4 brown concrete coming outwards. 1, 2, 3, 4 from either side of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 2 rows of 4 like that, yeah? We then want to connect those 2 rows of 4 together like this, forming kind of like a right angle like this, forming a square. And then we want to take that square and we want to extend the backs so that it connects to each one of the corners of the table, if that makes sense. It's actually easy to see what you have to do rather than me explain it. So you want to basically just connect each one of those 3 corner points together using your brown concrete, as you can see, and you also want to connect them to the center of the table, forming 3 squares. Again, it's kind of difficult to explain, but it's actually very, very simple to see what you have to do yourself. And all you have to do after that is simply fill the top of the table in using your oak wood planks. So once you've got that all taken care of, that'll be the top of the table done. Very easy bit of the house, and actually all of this house is actually very, very easy. And then once this has been taken care of, we can move on to the sides of the table, which are equally as easy because most of them are very, very similar. So we're just going to fill the top of this in using oak wood planks. It will give us something which will look like that. And once that's been sorted out, we want to come down to the sides. So I am personally going to leave the 2 sides that have stairs in them alone. All of the other sides, I'm going to do the same thing, and this is it. So we have rows of spruce wood at the base of every side of the table. On top of the rows of spruce wood, we want to add 3 rows of oak wood. 1, 2, 3. Then a row of spruce. Then 3 rows of oak. 1, 2, 3. Then 1 row of spruce. 3 rows of oak. 1, 2, 3. 1 row of spruce. And then 2 of oak. 1, 2. That will look uneven. It is uneven. It's not supposed to be rows of 3 going all the way up to the top. It's the same in the original crafting table. So that is the pattern that you're going to want to add on top of most of the sides, except for 2 of them. On the very right hand side of the build, where we connected the black concrete, the middle row of black concrete, we want to knock out the top 2 blocks of black concrete. 1, 2. Replace them with brown concrete. 1, 2. Take the top brown concrete, extend it left and right by 1, and place black concrete all the way around. That is the middle of the right hand side of the table. Come to the back middle part of the table. Destroy the 1, 2 top blocks at the top center part of the table, replace with brown concrete, extend the brown left and right by 1 row, and then place black concrete all the way around the brown. I would have done that before I actually listed out the rows and stuff that we have to add, but I actually forgot that we had to do that. But those are the only 2 sides you have to do that to. So once you've done all of that, once you know the information, all we have to do now is simply fill in the rest of the sides of our crafting table with our rows of oak wood and spruce wood planks. It's as simple as that. So we've got to, very painstakingly mind you, do all of these rows of wood coming all the way up the side of the table. It's really simple stuff. There's actually very little to it. It's very simple, isn't it? You just have to do row after row after row of the same pattern. It's just basically 3 oak wood followed by 1 row of spruce until you reach the very top of the crafting table, in which you'll only be able to place 2 rows of oak wood. Not the most fun thing to do, but definitely very easy. So we'll do all of this, then we'll add all of the tools to the crafting table. We've actually not filled up the crafting table in terms of tools. On a standard crafting table, you'll see that there's only a saw, there's what seem to be like a pair of secateurs or shears, I suppose, and there's what looks to be a little axe. They're the only 3 tools that you'll actually see on, like, the crafting table. So, following the same vein, we're doing the exact same thing on here. So I've only placed 3 tools on the outside of it, and it's not that important where you place them. So we'll place all of those. That'll be the outside of the table done, and then we can discuss the inside of the table. So what I'm going to do for the inside of the table is I'm just going to show you how I laid it out. I'm not going to 100% fill it in or anything like that, but I will show you how I kind of like laid out all the platforms and stuff, and then I will allow you guys to figure out yourself what you want to do to the actual inside of your crafting table house, whether you want to have it kind of like a display piece, like I have mine, or whether you want to actually turn it into like a proper house, because a lot of you guys, I'm sure that if you have survival worlds and you have friends over in your survival world, people will see a big giant version of a crafting table and they won't think too much of it. They'll be like, that's just a cool statue, I'm not going to look inside of that. So if you did want to be a bit sneaky, a little bit cheeky, then you could in fact hide a big giant base inside of here, and maybe you just don't want to advertise that. So I'll give you guys the option when you get to the end. But here you go, guys. This is what we want to have so far. This is our crafting table. So once you've got that all sorted, we're going to add some tools to the table. Let's start with the right hand front tools. So on here, this particular side of the table, we have a saw. With the black concrete, anywhere along this line of spruce wood that you have at the top of the table, place a row of 3 black concrete. 1, 2, 3. Extend down the left and right hand blocks by 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Connect those together. Place 2 rows of white concrete underneath. 1, 2. Then take the very right hand underneath white concrete and extend it down by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place an up left diagonal with the light grey concrete going up. Go up using your white concrete, and there you will have a handsaw. Come to the very left hand side of your build. We're going to place an axe. Find somewhere, maybe like the middle row of this row of 3 oak wood near the top of the table. Starting from any point that you choose, maybe this point right here, we're going to place a row of 4 black concrete coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to place a white concrete underneath that. Left, right, up, down, to form the axe hanging off of the table. The last item that we're going to add is a pair of what I assume are shears or secateurs. I assume shears on any one of the back 2 corners of the table, like it could be on this side or that side. I'm choosing this side, and all we're going to do is we'll pick a point, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We'll start from here, and I'm going to place a row of 1, 2 black concrete coming down, then a bottom right diagonal with the white concrete, then an upright diagonal with the black, 1 on top. Take the white concrete to a bottom left diagonal, down by 1. Then from the same concrete, bottom right diagonal, down by 1. And there we have a pair of shears. As I said at the start of the video, the crafting table only has 3 items on the side of it. Have a look for yourself. That's all 3 of the items. If you want, feel free to make duplicates on the other parts of the table. I like having simply just the 3 items. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the outer part of the table complete. If you like, you can cut the tutorial off here, but if you do like, then I can kind of show you how I laid this out a little bit, and I'm not going to exactly make an amazing tutorial out of this next part, but I'll show you the process in which I actually turn the inside of this into a house. So, guys, here's what I figured. So after I actually made this part of the table myself, I figured first of all it needs a floor. I'm going to keep this table into kind of like 3 sections. So I'm going to split it into 3 squares at the bottom, and I'm going to use oak wood planks to kind of just like fill in each one of the 3 parts of the floor. So I'm just going to fill in the floor like this, and then I'm going to show you guys like where I place the platforms and how they're lit up. And then once I place the platforms, because I think that that's a really cool part of this house, then I'll leave you guys to figure out whether or not you want to furnish it in a similar fashion that I did. So there we go, we've filled in the floor. So you can see where we have the points of black concrete that connect the spruce wood rows together. You can see that. I figured that that's actually a good point in the house to make some platforms. So using a mixture of glowstone and spruce wood slabs, I'm going to mark out where the platforms are going to go. So they're going to go here, and here, and here, and here. And then I'm going to connect these to the center pole of black concrete that we have right in the middle of the table. And I may even destroy that particular center part of concrete. I might actually get rid of it. So there we have the platforms. I'm also going to join the lower 2 platforms to the outer part of the table like this. I'm going to get rid of the center pole of black concrete because I don't think it's necessary. Plus, I don't think it'd exist in the actual, as stupid as this might sound, I don't think it'd exist in the actual, like, inside of the crafting table. So there we have our platforms. I'm only going to fill in the very top center platform. I'm only going to fill this platform in. The others I'm not going to bother filling in at all. I'm going to just use the oak wood slabs for this. But then if you wanted to, you could utilize all of this space. You could make a big full floor on the top. It just so happens that I kind of like this. And I'm also going to create a pathway to get from the bottom of the actual crafting table to the top of the crafting table. So you're using oak wood fence, and I'm actually going to use a little bit of dark oak wood slabs. I'm going to find the 4 center blocks of this part of the crafting table. Is that the center? Yep, that's the center. So I have my oak wood fence placed here. This is going to be the base of these stairs that I've created. So this is going to run all the way up to the top of the platform. This should connect to the bottom, and then the staircase itself is actually going to break through. So the staircase itself is going to break through all the way up to the top here, and I'm just going to destroy a row all the way around it like this. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to, like I said, I'm just going to kind of like use dark oak wood slabs to reach the very top of the platform that we have. So this is kind of like how I planned things out. Like, this is how I started them, and then from here, like you'll have seen in the original, I kind of like just built it up from there. Like, I figured like, oh, what'd be in like a crafting table? Like, it'd probably be like cranes and construction gear and stuff like that. And that's how I kind of determined what to put in it. I'll show you the original version of the crafting table house just before I quit. But this is the important bit, I think. I think that this is the important bit that I wanted to show you before I did actually zone back to the original version of the house. And then from here, we can just fill the center of the floor in using our dark oak wood slabs, not obstructing anything, and that is like the actual inside of the house. From there, all you have to do is just place whatever you might want to place inside of it. You can even fill in more platforms if you so chose, and of course you could even seal up the actual crafting table itself at the front. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the crafting table house complete. Let me show you the original version to give you some ideas of what you could add to your crafting table house. So here we are back at the original. Let me show you a couple of ideas. So as you can see, the platform layout is identical to what we've just made. So all you're lacking, if you're still following this along, all you're lacking is a couple of ideas for some spaces and for some rooms and stuff. So if you want, you could add a little bit of like a form-fitting enchantment library with some chests built into the floor. I think that that's actually a pretty cool idea, and it's something that you might actually see inside of a crafting table if you were to imagine it. And on the left here, this is actually kind of cool. So we have a lot of like hanging construction cranes and stuff. Those are basically rows of logs with a plank, or rather a slab bottom with rails coming across the actual rows of logs that are attached using fences coming out of the wall using slabs again. It's a really cool effect, and this particular left one, by the way, there's also buttons on the side. This left one is actually like a little hidden bed, but you could also hide items too. And if you want another idea, once again, like this is what I kind of started off with, like this cool sort of crane idea. We just have the rows of 3 logs with the rails going over the side of them, with buttons on the end, with a little bit of a platform underneath them, and at the very top center part of the table, we just have a larger crafting area. So as you can see, I mean, it depends how many platforms you want to add and how crafting table-y and how theme fitting you want to be. But there is quite a lot of space in here, and there'd be even more if you extended out the platforms and got rid of the cranes. But that's just a little bit of inspiration for if you did actually want to fill this thing in like a well, like a theme build. It depends what you want to use it for, but hopefully that gave you some ideas. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Please do remember to like the video if you do enjoy the idea, if you actually built it yourself, or if you just liked the theme. Please do like the video, it really helps me out. But subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more. If you subscribe, please click the little bell next to the subscription button, and comment down below and let me know, would you like to see any more of these? I have a few more ideas actually. If you want to see something like a furnace house, or maybe even an enchanting table house, please let me know down there in the comment section. I could definitely make that happen. It'd be a cool, I could make some cool houses out of blocks, and it'd be really fun for me to do it. If you've commented down below, if you subscribe, if you've liked the video, please, if you want to check out more of my content, check out the card system, the description below. I build all sorts of stuff around here. I build survival bases, modern houses, suburban houses. I build silly houses like the Paw Patrol house, a fidget spinner, a fidget cube house, a water bouncy house. We do absolutely everything around here, so stick around. Maybe I'll end up building something you want to see. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.